What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another trade recap. Today I went break even on this trade, and I just want to go over this trade because even though I did get break even, I normally do not post recaps. But today I feel like it was a really good day to learn from the data and learn from what price actually gave us, because I feel like it's easy for me to sit here and be like, well, yeah, on a perfect day where my TP was smashed, I could say, yeah, there was an interest rate gap, this. But when there's those stuff and they apply and yet you still get break even, I feel like it's important to go over that to actually talk about how you can manage a position when you're in drawdown and stuff like that. All right, so coming into the day, I was actually very bearish because we were 8:30, so 8:30 was right here. Okay, 8:30 was right here, and then we were kind of respecting this area here. We had a 1 hour gap, right? We tapped into the equilibrium. We were just respecting bullish and just respecting bearish. I mean, we were in all of these gaps, and then we just wanted to look for retracements down lower. So I was like, cool. Preferably my targets are going to be here for the day and then just target lower. Okay, that didn't happen, and I feel like that's a good important note to say that if you're going to be bearish or you're going to be bullish, whatever, and you're going to switch your bias, there has to be a reason for it. Okay, so on the 4 hour time frame, we had okay, no, not even on the 1 hour time frame. All right, on the 1 hour time frame, we had all of this, and I was like, after I saw this 15-minute get formed, this 15-minute bullish fair value gap here, I was like, if we can inverse this, I'm going to be looking for shorts down to these lows. Why? Because we had already taken out this. The only thing that I was really looking for was Asia highs, which were here, which we still didn't take out. Okay, and that was kind of annoying because I was like, I really want to see a sweep and then continuation lower, but it didn't happen. And I was like, cool, we inverse this 15-minute. I'm targeting to the downside. This was the highest time frame inversion, so that's what I was looking for. However, that doesn't happen. We tap into here, and I'm like, cool, we have all of this, right? We tap in, and then we start shooting straight up. And the reason this was important was because I'm now seeing a shift from bearish market structure to bullish market structure. And I was like, all right, I want to see a high time frame gap get inversed or something that proves that we are actually continuing bullish. And right here, okay, right here, this was right about my entry. We were really close to inversing it, but we didn't. And I was like, I really like the setup just because we had already tapped into this 15-minute. We had a 1 minute SMT, I believe, with MES. 1 minute SMT right before this setup, or I think it actually might have been a 3 minute, but I just know it was off of this retrace leg. So look, yeah. So from here, it wasn't on it. So from this low here, why is this being annoying? All right. So from here to here, we went down, whereas from here, right? So we swept this low here on NQ, but on ES we didn't touch it, and then I was like, cool, that's giving me an extra bias, and then I just wanted to see continuation higher. All right, so after we select continuation higher, I wanted to see a clear entry point, so we formed this 5 minute bearish fair value gap, and I really wanted to see a clear inverse to the upside to prove that my bias was still correct, to go break even at these Asia highs and then target this unfilled 1 hour and then potentially the gap higher, because these are very good points of targets because there's a lot of orders being filled and they're just untapped, so more orders are obviously gonna get filled. High points of interest. I don't really have to go over that, but I saw this 5 minute, and you guys might be asking, why didn't you enter at the close of this one? The reason was because we saw, if you guys see this big crazy wick that we left, I didn't like it at all, just because I didn't like it because it just proved that right price had came all the way up here, and then we finally closed down here, and I was like, that's not enough for me to enter a trade. I want to be entering a trade to the upside with strong bullish momentum. So what did I see? I was like, cool, there's a 1 minute inverse. If we inverse this, then we should actually remain bullish. We do inverse it with this candle here, and I enter targeting Asia highs with my break even, targeting the unfilled, and then I had my this is where a lot of you guys could have made this mistake if you took this trade. You guys could have had your stop losses here, okay? If you put it, so this was the retrace leg that I was going off of, the retrace leg into the 15-minute where we formed the SMT, and then we have the clear 5-minute inverse. You could have put your stop loss here, and if you put this on the body, you would have got stopped out literally by a tick, okay? The problem with that is obviously this is where you would want to put your stop loss, but I just didn't really like the RR on this trade. So instead, what did I do? All right, if you don't have a prominent low to put your stop loss on, or you don't have like a good area, instead of just putting it on the body, I saw that we had this 1 minute candle here, and I really liked how there was, obviously it's a crazy Drake size candle to the upside, meaning that there's a lot more buyers than sellers in that area. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna put my stop loss at the bottom of this candle, and it literally got edged twice, once, twice, and then my TP also got edged twice. So after about an hour in this trade, I'm like, I don't want to trade PM session. That's not something I want to do, just because I don't like the volatility on that. I feel like I've been into this trade way too long. So after we saw this like final push up, I just moved my stop to break even, and I closed there. I feel like that's important to note, because if I just don't like being in trades for over like an hour and a half. All right, that's pretty much it. And yeah, have a great rest of your day. Hope you guys learned something, and hope this actually helps you guys. This is the bread blueprint, obviously. Free Discord, and then obviously mentorship course, whatever you guys want. Everything is in the Discord. If you guys are planning on getting accounts without features, make sure you guys use code MISH. And if you guys are planning on using TradeSyncer, code MISH for that too. All right. So without further ado, I will catch y'all boys in the next one.